Welcome everybody to this special edition, Permian Basin International Oil Show edition of Tally Book Troubleshooting. I'm your host, Keith Stelter, as always, and as always, Tally Book Troubleshooting is brought to you by Arc Energy. We process your energy. Very, very special episode today. Very excited to have the leadership of the Permian Basin International Oil Show today. And I'm going to let each one of them introduce themselves for this upcoming event that I can't believe it. If you would have told me a year ago that I would be podcasting live from an international oil show, I would have told you were crazy. This operations guy has no idea what he's doing most of the time when it comes to this video stuff, but I seem to be finding my way along. And with no further ado, I'll let this panel introduce themselves. Sir.
Yes, thank you. Tommy Pipes, I'm president of this year's Permian Basin International Oil Show.
Yes, I'm Tony Fry. I'm the executive director for the oil show.
And I'm Stacy Jones. I put all of the stuff you see online and out there together for the oil show.
Thank you very much for having me, and thank you for including me in the oil show. It's an honor and very much of a pleasure. For those of you who don't know you out there and don't know about the oil show, why don't you just give a brief overview, a little bit of your background, and why the oil show is, why they should come in the first place.
Okay. I have been out here in Odessa since about 1981, worked in the well service business for about 30 years, and now a co-owner of Platinum Pipe Rentals for the last 10 years. Been associated with the oil show for around 20 years and on the board for about 15 or 16 of those years. And just excited that I have the opportunity to along with Tony, to guide the show through this, what's been a pretty challenging time. And we have a great show that we're excited to put on, and we're excited to have the opportunity to get people back together.
Perfect, sir. What, with it being so challenging, is this the normal year the show is supposed to be done?
No, it's not. We since World War II, I believe, have had the show on even numbered years. And last year, about 2 or 3 months before the show, we recognized that it was just going to be impossible to put the show on. And so we made the determination to postpone it till 2021, and also made the additional decision to, from this day forward, to continue on in odd numbered years. So our next show after this one will be 2023.
Perfect. So this is an extra special first ever odd year Permian Basin oil show.
Exactly.
Sir?
Odd year was the key word.
Odd. Very odd. Yes.
Yes.
Sir, and your part in the show?
As executive director, Tommy and the board, they give me direction. It is my job to try to follow that direction as much as I can. I'm a native Odessan, born and raised here. My background has been as a manufacturer's representative, primarily valves, controls, analytical equipment. I've been on the board since I think 1986. Became executive director in 2005, and it's been a lot of fun.
Perfect. I'm partial to Odessa too. Me and my family, we live here now, and we love it. I love how the place handled the lockdowns, and it came together, and the people are real friendly. So, I love it, Odessa. I know a lot of people dog on West Texas for one reason or another, but I'm a big fan. So
Great.
thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. And Stacy, what's your part in this? I know it, but maybe people out there don't.
I'm not really sure what it is. It's basically anything that somebody contacts me with and says, can you do this? But my goal is to help these guys have a successful show and make sure we have exhibitors, make sure we have sponsors, and make sure people show up. So I handle basically all the marketing, PR, and sponsorships for the show.
Does a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And it's all because of him.
Yeah, right. Okay.
See, Tony stuck with me all years. he gets a new president. Normally, every other year, we get to keep Tommy for like 4.
Yeah.
So,
You didn't know that, did you?
No, I didn't.
yeah,
I didn't.
yeah. we
4
get to keep
years,
like
yeah.
4. So that's what I do, and I work really hard to try to bring new things to the show, which like this year, you guys,
Yeah.
the PBIOS podcast party will be broadcasting live from the Coliseum, and they will also be wandering around interviewing everybody at their booths. We will have a digital caricature artist. There's going to be just some new stuff. Everybody needs to come out and experience a show. And we'll have masks. We have COVID protocols. We will have hand sanitizers everywhere. So I think everybody's ready.
With that being said, there has been a few, events where turnout wasn't as good as promised. With this event not being done, for 3 years, what do you expect that effect, like both of those combined? What do you think they'll cancel each other out and you'll have a really good turnout?
I think we'll have a good turnout. I don't know that it's really fair to compare this show with any other show because of the time that we're in right now.
Very true, very true.
Our exhibitor interest is very high, and I believe that the attendee interest will be high as well. But I just don't, I think pulling this show off, giving people an opportunity to get together face to face, to share their ideas, to share their wares in this environment will be a success.
And one last question. A lot of these, shows are based, vendors come out and they want to demonstrate this to the customers, which are ultimately the operators. Do you have, operators who are interested and excited about the show being back after, 3 years?
I believe so, and really, when you say the operators, you're talking about the executive at the top level of the company, and while they do make an enormous amount of decisions, the guys that are most important to our exhibitors are the guys who decide to purchase, and those are the guys that are up and down the chain of the operator's company. And I believe that level of interest is going to be high, which is the most important for us and for our exhibitors.
Perfect. That's what everybody wants to hear out there. There's definitely going to be a good mix of people here, and a lot of excitement, a lot of new technologies, a lot of old faces, new faces, and we'll see what the future holds. Thank you everybody for joining me today.
You bet.
Thank you for having us.
It was a pleasure. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And everybody, thank you for joining me. Tallybook Troubleshooting. That's how you troubleshoot.